And Allen, for a third year in a row, it's the 8th overall pick the Falcons have entering the night. And guys, I urge you to remember this throughout the night. Terry Fontenot, the Falcons general manager, his draft philosophy is to draft the best player available. For you to understand that, I want you to listen to me very closely. If you need some milk, you go to the grocery store, right? Once you get there, you see some Coke and you say, I'm going to get the Coke instead. It tastes a little bit better. But when you get home, you reach for your cereal, you never got the milk. The Falcons go for the best player available, not what they need. So they have some cereal without milk. That's sometimes a problem. And guys, to further my analogy, last year, the Falcons drafted running back Bijan Robinson at 8 overall. No disrespect to Bijan. He had a great rookie season, but Tyler Algier had just come off a 1,000-yard season as a rookie himself. Fontenot has spent 3 straight top 10 picks on offensive skill players. Tonight we'll see if he chooses to do something a little different with new head coach Raheem Morris. It's no doubt the Falcons need players who want to get down and dirty in the trenches. They need players who dominate at the line of scrimmage. So at 8 overall, if Dallas Turner, Alabama's edge, is still on the board, that could be a great option for the Falcons. That is, if Fontenot thinks he's the best player available. Reporting live from Flowery Branch, Emily Gagnon, Atlanta News First.
And we will find out.
What's up, Bailey? I'm going to pick it up where I left it off at 5, saying the Falcons need to draft players who can get down and dirty in the trenches, players who are really good at the line of scrimmage. They need to improve that pass rush. So at 8 overall, why not go with Dallas Turner, the edge from Alabama? Listen, last season the Falcons finished 32nd, dead last in pass rush win rate, so he could be a solid option if he's still on the board. After spending buku money on Kirk Cousins during free agency, they might choose to beef up the O-line. Notre Dame's Joe Alt will be the very first offensive lineman drafted tonight. What did Terry Fontenot say about it?
The players you draft, we're getting for the next 4 to 5 years. So whether you're taking developmental players or players to come in and compete right now, and all those factors, you definitely want to continue to add there. So we're excited about our offensive line, excited about this draft class of offensive linemen, and yes, we could definitely take linemen at some point.
And since taking over in Flowery Branch, Fontenot has drafted nothing but offensive skill players. Will tonight be the night that he takes a different direction, perhaps goes with a guy on defense? There is a new head coach here, Raheem Morris, and you know Morris is going to be in his ear all night. Bailey, I want to know what you think, but for now, reporting live from Flowery Branch, Emily Gagnon, Atlanta News First. Yeah, Bailey, not to mention head coach Raheem Morris and the Falcons visited Michael Penix Jr. for a private workout weeks ago just to see how he could fit in with this team. And I got to say, tonight, Penix told us that he put on a great performance that day. He also said it was very quick, but he made it worth their while. It lasted 30 to 45 minutes. Obviously, the Falcons saw everything they needed to because they took him 8th overall. And listen, that makes 4 years in a row that they've gone with an offensive skill player with their first-round pick. So Terry Fontenot betting it all on a quarterback. The last time the Falcons took a quarterback in the first round, it was 2008. That was Matt Ryan with the 3rd overall pick. Bailey, you mentioned it, a huge surprise, the biggest surprise of the night so far. But Michael Penix Jr. told us he didn't really know that he was going to come here. He didn't know the Falcons were going to take him until he heard his phone ring.
I talked to head coach, OC. I talked to the GM. I talked to Arthur Blank. Obviously, man, to be able to hear that phone call, come through, it was just a blessing, like I said, and it was a great conversation. They asked me if I was ready to be a Falcon, and I told them absolutely. I can't wait for the opportunity, and like I said before, I can't wait to make the most out of it.
And Penix had his party from his hometown of Tampa, Florida. He said that he wanted to be with the people who have been there from the start. He will be here tomorrow afternoon, introduced as the newest member of the Atlanta Falcons. He's almost 24 years old, guys. And I think it's important to, point this out really quickly. 6 quarterbacks were drafted in the first 12 picks. He was the 4th quarterback taken this year, of course, by the Falcons. We'll see how it shakes out in the coming coming months, in the coming years, but the Falcons now have their guy. Reporting live from Flowery Branch, Emily Gagnon, Atlanta News First. Yeah, Bailey, 6 quarterbacks were taken in the top 12 of the NFL draft tonight, and the Falcons took the 4th quarterback taken with their 8th overall pick. A shocker since Kirk Cousins was brought to Atlanta less than 2 months ago, and that contract is 4 years, $180 million, 100 of it is guaranteed. Michael Penix Jr., guys, is coming to Atlanta. He'll be introduced tomorrow, and he could be somewhat of a security blanket given how Cousins is coming off an Achilles tear. Diana Rossini with The Athletic is reporting the Falcons called Cousins when they were on the clock to let him know what they were doing. She said Cousins understood a quarterback would be considered, but he didn't believe it would happen in the first round. Rossini was told Cousins is a bit stunned. Penix told us tonight he wants to learn from the vet.
For me, coming in, obviously Kirk Cousins, the guy who's been in the league, he's been in there for a while. He's played a lot of football, and so I feel like for me, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn from him. Try to soak in all the knowledge that I can from him because obviously he's been in the league for a while, like I said, and it's a reason behind that.
And we hope to hear from General Manager Terry Fontenot and head coach Raheem Morris soon as the draft is over, and maybe we can get some answers from them. Reporting live from the Falcons headquarters in Flowery Branch, Emily Gagnon, Atlanta News First.
Thank you, Emma.
For a 4th year in a row, the Falcons went with an offensive skill player in the first round of the NFL draft. That shouldn't be much of a shocker, but the position they chose probably was. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. was taken 8th overall. He'll back up Kirk Cousins, at least for now. There's no doubt Penix Jr. will push Cousins. Should be a fun thing to watch during camp. The rookie quarterback and soon-to-be face of the franchise was introduced in Flowery Branch today. He was flown in from his hometown of Tampa, Florida, where his draft party was held.
Great.
General Manager Terry Fontenot and head coach Raheem Morris are adamant. Cousins is their QB, but Penix Jr. is the future. Penix Jr. says no matter who's QB1, he just wants to win.
I love winning, and I'm a team guy, and that's what I'm gonna be in the locker room. And Kirk, he's an amazing guy. I actually watched the quarterback series with him, and seeing that he's a man of faith, just like me. He's a man. He's all about his family, and so I really enjoyed that. To kind of get a feel of what kind of guy he is. And I'm super blessed to be able to be in a room with him and to be able to work with him and learn from him.
Penix Jr. looking super sharp in his introductory press conference. And guys, the Dirty Birds need some dirty defense on day 2 of the draft. The 2nd and 3rd rounds are on deck tonight. The Falcons need a cornerback and a dynamic pass rusher, so why not an edge? Every team can use more big fellas. Good defensive and offensive linemen are well worth their weight in gold, so they might go that direction. They have the 43rd, 74th, and 79th overall picks to come. 2 former Dogs were drafted in the first round last night. The Raiders got Brock Bowers, 13th overall, and the Bengals grabbed Demarius Mims at number 18. There are plenty of Dogs who'll hear their names called tonight. Whichever team gets wide receiver Ladd McConkey is getting a steal. How about Javon Bullard and Kamari Lassiter? They shouldn't be on the board for long tonight. Cedric Van Pran Granger and Tyke Smith might also hear their names called on day 2. And we are at Bull's draft party tonight. He's celebrating in his hometown of Milledgeville. We'll have his reaction as soon as he's taken off the board. We'll bring that to you at 11. Blair?
And I will say that.